Hey everybody, it's Dr. Steven. It was so great to meet you guys last week through our discussion thread, the kind of meet and greet part of it. And I feel as though I'm already making friends, and what a joy and what an honor to be able to hear about your journey and your story and believe that we're all now in some ways part of each other's story. You guys did a great job on the discussion thread last week, the question about the Major Competency skills, and that's a tough one, because in some ways, all 67 of them probably could apply to us at one time or another. Well, we're not going to hammer that nail all the time, every week, week after week after week. What we're going to do is revisit it, and in a few weeks we're going to visit it again, and we're going to be real strategic in a sense, kind of laser focused when we do look at it, but it'll be 2 or 3 times through the semester that we'll really take a focus on those skills and how we're doing in them. In between that, we're kind of pivoting away from that, and I have a number of video interviews that I've done over the last couple of years in preparation for being the facilitator for this course with some top Christian leaders, and they just give some thoughts about leadership, knowing that they're speaking to folks in this kind of a course. And so this week is the first one, and it's a great one. It happens to be a close friend of mine. He's the lead pastor at our congregation, New Life Downtown, and he's the associate senior pastor of the mega church, New Life Church, here in Colorado Springs. His name is Dr. Glenn Packiam. Dr. Glenn received his PhD from the University of Durham, and he's just published, I think, his 7th book, which is a book about worship and hope. Glenn he'll tell a little bit about his background in the video, but he was very involved in Christian worship and Christian music for years, and now he's in a lead pastor position. But we sat down, and it was I think a year and a half ago when we sat down, because this was when I first did the first practicum capstone class, and we talked about mentoring. So I think you'll enjoy it. I think it'll stimulate us a little bit in our conversation. And so that will be the source of this week's discussion question. And I just look forward to connecting with you guys about that. So I know that the practicum thing is hard with COVID-19. I know that we can't log in the kind of hours we could have, a year ago. I understand that. Don't worry. I'm not counting up hours. I'm not using a calculator and figuring out if you guys are keeping up or not. What we're hoping is that you will find ministry and leadership opportunities that you can actually use some of these skills and some of these things we're learning and talking about and focus in and get a bit better at your leadership as a result. The one thing I am asking everyone to do is find someone in some kind of a mentor role, even if it's occasional, someone, a supervisor or just a friend who has some leadership capacity in your life that you could meet with 3 or 4 times through this semester. And you could go over some of the things that we're talking about in the class, because that will really be helpful. And I think that's really important for this class. Beyond that, starting really this week, I want you to begin to keep that 1-page journal entry per week. Now, you don't have to send them to me every week. I'll collect them at a few times during the semester. It's one double-space page. What's that? 200 words, 225 words. Just you interacting with yourself in the week that we had and the issues that maybe mentoring this week, or maybe something that happened during your ministry opportunity. It can be very personal, and I'm not going to grade it. Now, I am going to grade it full credit or no credit if you turn it in or don't turn it in, and I will glance at it to obviously see that you did it, but it's your personal journal, so I'm not going to actually grade content or even grade spelling and grammar. I'm just going to see that you did it. So start doing that, just a 1-page little journal entry. And then at the end of the course, there will be a more sizable essay that we'll all write. And that will have to do a lot with the whole competency skill issue that we'll be talking with throughout the course. It's not a hard course in terms of hours per week. There's, usually a little video, and there's the one discussion thread. There's the weekly journal entry. And beyond that, it's you allowing the Holy Spirit to use these things in your life as you grow in your leadership skill and ability. So I'll see you guys in the discussion thread this week. Let's have a great week.